So here we show a 4-player game, the Earth green player having its special ability, a free dice already locked into the shield, so no dice is required to be placed there. The blue water player is the 4th player in turn, so gets the extra dice in shield slotted in as shown by the orange graphic as compensation for this. All players have drawn their starting pulse tokens, placing them on the locations on their totem boards, and here we see the avatar tile. The dark or hidden side shows the pair of dice requirement for other players who wish to burn or remove it from the water player. It's now the air player's turn to start the game by rolling all its energy dice. Notice the selection of pulse tokens on the totem board alongside normally is face down to keep them hidden. They've been placed face up for us to see what choices the player has to influence his energy combos. After some really decent rolling, the air player chooses to drop a fire pulse token into the vortex combo. This completes it and saves the dice for use elsewhere. This effect reduces an opponent's shield by 1 dice, making them a softer target for attacks. The air player slaps in the rest of his dice into the air shield combo and into a straight strike attack combo, matching it up with a water pulse token from its helpful totem. The air player activates the vortex combo to reduce the water player's shield by 1 dice. The air player has a strike worth 3 dice and chooses to attack the water shaman, who now has the weaker shield of 2. 3 minus 2 is 1 dice, so the water shaman must discard an energy dice to the pool. The air player note still has its deep fog combo, but this is what's called a waiting combo. The diamond symbol indicates this, and thus also activated now doesn't need to be used immediately. It can be used at any time up until the very beginning of the air player's next turn. It's now the fire player's turn, who checks what avatar they have available. Normally, these avatars would be the dark side up, so players couldn't see what effects the avatars have. The fire quickly chooses its combo, the most powerful available, Firestorm, and this forces a target to immediately lose 2 dice straight to the pool. Fire goes into shield, and an air symbol is used to burn out a pulse token from the air shaman's totem. Only 1 token can be burnt this way by a player in their round. The last dice is re-rolled, getting an earth. The player decides to use their avatar's ability to flip the dice to another side of their choice. The avatar's energy is used up and returns to the open pool for others to purchase later. The dice becomes another fire symbol, boosting fire's shield by another dice. Finally, the Firestorm combo is activated and targets the Earth Shaman. The Earth player must lose 2 energy dice from their total of 7, but chooses to invoke the power of their totem, sacrificing 2 pulse tokens instead of losing 1 of those dice. The pulse tokens are lost from the game, but the Earth Shaman only has to now lose 1 precious energy dice. It's now the Earth player's turn, and after rolling 3 times, the maximum limit, places dice into strike and in shield. Note that the Earth player only needs the 1 dice in its shield to get a defense of 2 because of their free dice ability. The strike has an attack strength of 3 and targets the air player defense of 2 in its shield. The air shaman loses an energy dice. It's now the water player's turn. The water shaman powers up a colossal wave combo, using a wild Z dice anchored to the water symbol, matching it. The Colossal Wave does 2 dice of damage direct to another shaman. Another Z is anchored to a water to give the shield 2 dice of strength. The Colossal Wave targets the air player. But with this shaman's Deep Fog combo held back, the air player forces a change in the flow of energy from the monolith, and the water shaman has to re-roll an earth symbol. The result is an air symbol and the Colossal Wave combo is broken. The water player must find another option. Furious, the water shaman goes for an ice storm instead, but all shamans are currently protected against strikes that only do 2 damage, so the combo would be ineffective. The water player chooses Sea Fog, with the same effect as the Deep Fog of the air player, seeing how annoying it could be, and is left with a fire symbol unused. The water player sees an opportunity and burns out a pulse token from the fire shaman's totem. Then does the same with the earth shaman's totem. Skipping forwards a wee bit, we are back to the air player's turn, and they pick up all of their remaining energy dice to roll. Note that they have also bought a new avatar, one that allows a dice to be drawn from the pool temporarily for that turn. Once used, return to the pool. The air shaman restocks its precious totem with energy, buying 2 more pulses, because if all pulse tokens are lost from a totem, the totem is drained and it dissipates. It cannot be used for the rest of the game. Note also that pulse tokens cost 1 or 2 dice to energize. This makes some pulsed positions more expensive, but are also safer from being burnt out by other shamans. With a spare air dice, the shaman wisely buys another avatar. Having 2 avatars at any time is the maximum allowed for any shaman. But wait! The water shaman triggers its Sea Fog reroll effect, trying to block the air shaman's restocking of its pulse energy. The reroll comes up again as an air, and the air totem is safe. It's the fire player next, and after some dice shuffling, he goes for Pyroblast, full shields and re-energizing its totem with a pulse token. The Pyroblast combo affects both adjacent players. They have to lose an energy dice each. However, the Earth Shaman reveals their avatar, one that allows the Earth Shaman to flip a single enemy dice to another side, as long as it's not a Z. The Earth player breaks the Pyroblast. In retaliation, the Fire Shaman launches a strike worth 3 dice against the Earth Shaman, who with a shield of only 2 has to lose an energy dice. The Fire Shaman finishes by hitting the Water Shaman's totem, burning out a weak pulse token. It's the Earth player's turn, and their totem is looking pretty ropey. Only 1 weak pulse token remains, keeping it energized. The player hopes to boost this with a strong 2 dice pulse token if it can. The Earth Shaman tries to burn out a pulse token from the Air totem instead. The Air player reveals a reroll token that can be used to force that green die to become a fire, saving the Air totem from loss. The Earth Shaman now has 2 fire dice to play with and blasts the fire totem, burning out 2 pulse, one of them being a life-saving heal dice token. The Earth replacement Earth token. The Water player rolls, choosing a full strike combo. The maximum attack is always 3, but can be less than this, and after spotting a preferred option, goes for the Geyser, which does a lose 1 dice effect to adjacent shamans. With a pair of air symbols, the Earth Shaman could strike at the Air player, but perhaps wisely chooses to buff its shields for 1 dice and re-energize the totem for 1. The Air player's sniping kicks in, and using a reroll pulse token forces the Geyser combo to become unstable. The Water Shaman is forced to prop it up by withdrawing the energy from their totem, making sure that the Geyser works. Clearly not happy, the Earth Shaman now has to stop that Geyser, using a Z reroll pulse token to force the wild energy out of the combo. The Water Shaman is in control and gets a second water dice. No messing, this combo is gonna work. Both adjacent players lose a dice each, and then the Water player gets revenge by striking Air for 3 dice. Minus the 2 that they have in shield, Air loses a single dice. Air's totem is also in serious trouble, with only 1 pulse token remaining. Air thinks hard before using an avatar to temporarily get a dice back. It drops a dice into the totem, and seeing a clever stroke, burns away the last of the water totem's energy. The totem de-energizes and is gone from the game. The Air totem rewards its shaman with a dice heal pulse token. This time, the Air Shaman has control of an avatar that prevents the loss of a single dice. A good buff to have late in the game like this, when energy dice is so precious. Air invokes its special Shaman ability to reroll 1 dice at any time, before the 3rd roll limit, in this case getting a Z. Water has been left without shields, so air takes a weak shot to knock out a dice. The Fire Shaman looks quite healthy here, with a stock totem and quite a few dice. The dice are not working well though. It's a risky shot, but Fire goes for Pyroblast again. Until realizing it still has an avatar, uses it to buff the shield by 1. The adjacent shamans both have to lose 1 dice each. The Earth Shaman, having lost its totem in a previous round, has only 1 dice left. And it rolls a Z. It's a Wild Surge, and their turn is over immediately. Water, on 4 dice, manages to roll all waters. Now, Water's special Shaman ability is to potentially heal a second time, so the healed dice is rolled, and fails to heal a second time. They would have done so if another water symbol was rolled. A strike on Earth, and this Shaman is out of the game. Air's turn, and things are not going well. Air rolls all Earth symbols, its elemental opposite, and triggers another Wild Surge upon itself. It's end of turn for the Air. Assured of victory, the Fire Shaman uses a Pulse token to complete the Firestorm combo. It then uses another Pulse to make sure a Fire dice goes into its shield. The Water player suffers the Firestorm, losing 2 dice. The Water Shaman desperately needs to heal, but things are not working out. A Z cannot be used for a heal combo. Going all out offense, the Air player takes it on the chin, forcing a reroll. But that wild energy is still good, and the Air player is almost out of the game. But wait, hang on. Its last avatar comes to the rescue and blocks the loss of 1 of those dice. Air is still in the duel. It's Air's turn anyway, and with an Air symbol, heals straight away, getting a dice back. This can only be done once in a player's turn. Fire's turn, and a carefully constructed lava surge does a 2-dice strike to all players. This time water goes down and is out of the game. It's air's turn. It heals a dice and profits from fire's aggression to remove a dice with a strike on a 0 defense. Fire goes all-out strike. Air tries to heal again, but the monolith this time has spoken. Wild energy will only get you so far. Air triggers a wild surge, leaving fire free to finish off the duel. Air bows to the new Master Z.